survived. He has survived like 6 assassination attempts. So I'm
really?
like, yes, that bitch is protected. I don't know.
King alive passing, what's my destiny? Physical force, rituals, orders, lyrical weaponry. Ace and all lames testing me. We don't play jokers. It was 5 push-ups a book. Animals on deck if you know us. I'm from the block, I ain't thugging. Yo, it's your boy Jay-Welch. Radiating realness that's always felt. Got a special guest with us here on TriIibe TV. Want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Nandi, aka ScorpioMoonBae. Oh, wow. The wine is already kicking in, so Here we go. AKA ScorpioMoonBae, AKA the girl with big hair. And I guess we'll get more into everything else in a sec.
So, man, we like to thank everybody for tuning in another episode of TriIibe TV. I know it's been a minute, but life. But we just gonna sit here and chop it up, kick the bobo a little bit. Y'all know how it be. So, a lot's been happening, A lot has been happening.
Lord have mercy.
A lot has been happening all over, like in the spirit realms, in the physical, of course in the government and politics, but like just overall, you know what I'm saying? And so we're just gonna talk about a little bit of life, what we've been going through lately, and just what's been happening, what stars been aligning, and drop a couple jewels, of course, on new experience and new journeys that we've been venturing on as well. So What's happening? What's new with you right today? What's new with you? What's the biggest? Let me ask you. What is the biggest subject or anything? Like, what's the biggest thing right now in your life that's like you got most of your intentions and purpose and passion and love into?
To be honest.
And why?
I think healing has been a huge thing because I didn't realize that not only does healing involve what you're going through, but what your ancestors have gone through, what you've done in your past lives. Like it's levels. So it's a lot of healing that I've been really focusing on, and also focusing on like trauma that's been passed down through generations and trying to, like there's a lot of mindsets that I feel like we have now about ourselves that wasn't really there to begin with, like I wish I could remember her name, but she talks about how like the trauma from slavery has been passed down, and not just like emotionally, physically, mentally, all everything,
right.
like it's wild. And so how the slave owner would come to a slave and be like, hey, your son's looking real good, and she's like, oh no, he's actually really lazy, right. To them they were protecting their children, but for the child it's like, well, what did I do? What's wrong with me? Why am I viewed this way? And so it's just breaking thoughts and mindsets like that, that had nothing to do with us, that has nothing to do with us. So it's taking this time to really discover who we are after we put in a lot of this healing work and stuff like that. So
I can totally agree as far as the times that now I'm putting the energy into the healing, because I feel the same love for for my people right now, and so it's it's these times, these days, if you ask me, I'm not too religious, of course. I'm spiritual, and this is gonna be a spiritual episode.
In through this.
In case y'all ain't noticed, we gon'.
Yeah, because neither one of us prescribe to one religion. So,
no, right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we might be talking, on some higher dimensions and ethers, but y'all understand, you know. But like as far as now though, like I said, I'm not a religious figure, but like it feels like the revelations are like end of times, end of days type theory or thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And how things is moving, but at the same time, like how, you know, like the politics and different things like that. Sometimes a parts of me think like these things are distractions from something else that we're supposed to be paying attention to. Maybe it's a shift in the heavens and the stars, the constellations or something like that. And you know, these governments know this as well.
Oh, they do.
You know,
they do, because they know
this as well.
They align everything like it's. I'm just like thinking of how they like how much shit they've really gotten away with. Like there's the time frame that I wish I could remember the exact like planet alignment. But they released COVID at a time where it was like. It was perfect. You know, like it was perfect because, and it's weird. It's like everything, there's always some shit that goes down like an election year. So of course this would happen in an election year. And with one of the wildest
I'm telling you, man.
that I have personally studied or viewed or whatever. But yeah, it's just like, they know, they have, like, I'm pretty sure, Trump has like a little witch, you know, that, you know, because he has survived. He has survived like 6 assassination attempts. So I'm really? Like this yes, that bitch is protected. I don't know who he got over in his team, but he is protected as fuck. So we about to see what the fuck is going on. But
yeah, so like I feel like in this day and age, in these times, something in my soul, my spirit is like, yo, I feel like, and this is kind of like the main purpose of this episode, like the main topic, and the branches, you know, will come from it. Like, I feel like it's our time and our generation. It's time for us to crown our own kings and queens and our own rulers. You know what I'm saying? Of our age, and I'm not mean like. Because it seemed to me like we got elders out there. Don't get it twisted. Mm-hmm. And I know the elders, and we got much respect and love and homage for everything the elders and the ancestors, you know, everybody who came before us done and paved the way. Like, we can never say thank you enough. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it seems like nowadays it's more elders and stuff who not interested in the youth or who ain't trying to hear what the youth got to say. You know what I'm saying? Or not teaching the youth, you know, what they have learned, you know, but like they already got a mindset like, all these young bucks, you know, pansagging in the streets and like, so it's like just my look alone, I get the perspective or judge that I'm some type of way, but in reality, I'll be looking for the elders and the youth to pass some knowledge and game down to me. You know, it's like I'm one of the youth out here trying to keep this going. So it's like not having that enough. I just feel like, yo, at these times, we need to come together, you know, us of our generation, and do what we got to do. But like, yo, this is our time. This is what we did. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how big it'll ever be. I ain't talking about no Black Panther, nothing like that. But it's like, I want to die saying I tried. You know, I tried. You know, I would love to die saying, yo, I tried, ancestors, to do something, and we do that every day just by healing ourselves and healing our people. But as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Crowning our own kings, crowning our own rulers, you know, believing in our generation, because our youth is looking up to us. The ones under us is looking up to us. You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's crazy. Like, I feel, I'm like bringing astrology back as an example, but I feel like you're also in this generation as well. Because I didn't like look too deeply into like your natal chart because you don't have your like birth time, I think. Exactly. Yeah, so I was like, yeah. But I do think you're in the Pluto in Scorpio, and both of those planets kind of represent like death and rebirth. And I feel like our generation has really paid attention to like the government, you know, like really like kept our eyes on the shit that they've been doing, healing, and then trying to take that healing, use that energy to build yourself back up. And so I feel like we are really that generation, because like, it's sad to say, but it's like the generations before us couldn't really handle it. And based on the circumstances, like, I completely understand. Like, slavery was not that long ago. So, right. It's like, I get it. We all, like, collectively have a lot of healing that we need to get through. So I feel like since our generation has really paid attention to that, whether that be trying to connect with our ancestors again, and doing things that are really, like, healthy for our bodies, like trying to eat cleaner, trying to,
I see a lot of that, though, like, amongst our, know, so, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's like, I kind of feel like we're going to be the ones that are going to have to, like, shift everybody else into this same healing mindset. And I feel like I've done that with my mom. Like, it's wild, because she was always a very, like, strict Christian woman until I would say like the last few years, because she really started to, like, pay attention. Like, we went to this mega church one time, and so the pastor used the fact that his wife was cheating on him as like a marketing thing to get more people, like, in coming into the church, because it's like I guess they were paying too much attention to, like, reality TV, so they thought if they could, like, that's how I felt, like, if they could create some drama, people would still, but it did the opposite. And so when it was certain things like that, and we went to, like, a church when I was really young that hella racist people in that bitch. It was wild. I was like, damn, y'all are under the house of God. All right, cool. This makes sense. So my mom, it's been kind of like, I've been giving her, like, tidbits of, like, here's tarot. Like, this is spirituality. But she discovered, she does believe that she is a child of Yemaya, because of just, like, the relief that she had, and that almost kind of, like, feeling that void of not feeling, like, or just, I'm trying to find the best way to explain it, but feeling that void that just felt missing from our heritage, because we don't know much about, where we come from, except it's weird, because it kind of cuts it off at, like, slavery. Right. we can't really go that much we can't, but it's a lot of digging that kind of, it's a lot of digging we have to do. So it's just like, she felt like she had, like, a place, like, this made sense, there was a genuine connection, and then, like, everything kind of started to unfold for her, and I got her to buy her first tarot deck, which in a million years I never would have thought that my mom would have bought a tarot deck. But I saw, like, a really, really, like, easy one for her. So it's like, the thing was tarot, which I didn't really understand. I feel like I'm rambling, or because you okay. I was like,
you actually about to get into the tarot, because I was just about to say, like, I just got my first deck of tarot.
Yes.
And I'm and this is something I always wanted to get into, of course. My mind, body, and soul was like, yo. But it's like you said, the healing essence right now is like, I'm trying to elevate and, cultivate all these spiritual skills, you know what I'm saying, to do what we got to do for this paradigm shift. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's gonna be a heavy shift, but
like some spiritual warrior.
We ready.
Sharpen the swords. You know what I'm saying? Ready. So I see you got some more. You got some tarots.
I do.
Bring them out.
These are like, this is the first. Crazy enough, when I bought this deck, this was my first. This is the. Let me hold it up. The Modern Witch Tarot. And it's based off of the Rider-Waite system, who, come to find out, Pamela Smith Coleman, she actually illustrated that very first deck, the one that's like the system that's like so popular now. She illustrated it, so I was like, yeah, I need to get something in line with that. But when I bought it, the beginning of like the order number was like 111, and then it's like ones are like new beginnings, that first step, like and I was like, all right, spirit,
talking
very loud right now.
Be confirming some shit.
But it was like really good stuff. But it's like these are so hard to shuffle.
So what would you say to somebody just getting into tarot? I want to get, if you can do a small little demonstration,
If you're getting into tarot, the first thing that I think, listen, if you really about your healing journey, right. Your spirit guides might read you, just so you know. But not in like it's always like a tough love thing. It's never like a slap on the wrist, like over the top, you did something wrong. Like, and it's just like, let's redirect our energy, let's refocus. Like, it's like, we need to stop doing this right now because this is getting destructive. And, so all, very tough love. And this is just a way to really connect with your spirit guides a lot, as much as you can, because it's such an interesting system because you go based off of the story of what the card looks like. So here, let me just do one. But you go based off of what this, what you see and what you're feeling. So you really have to like trust yourself. And that was one thing that like when I was first doing tarot, I didn't really trust myself at all. And then I realized how I was like, that was like magnified throughout my life as well. So I was like, okay, I really need to get to why I don't trust myself. And then after, I kind of took my time, and really took my time to like understand tarot a little bit better and really like trust myself. Like when I first see the card, what stands out to me. I think that, just really going based off of your instincts and what you feel intuitively is going to be really important if you're starting off, because I did not trust myself when
and that's crazy
at all.
That. Like a great friend of mine, Gigi, peace and love, you know what it is. She was telling me like, because I was stressing about reading the book, making sure I know every card read.
That was
like,
me. That was me.
And this is what I was going through. As I was, I'm in the book like, yo. Hold on. My fault, y'all. I'm on Baba duty, so Zaria might run through here. You already know what it is. Y'all seen her a couple episodes already, so she at home.
She's good.
So yeah, like I was saying though, like I was just stressing about learning every card, and that Gigi was telling me like, yo, just go with your instincts, your gut, your intuition, and just like read the cards. Mm-hmm. And then when you had shown me, the two cards and trying to guess them,
you did it. You did such a good job.
So it's like,
like you were right on the money. So it's like, and I understand the stress completely because that was definitely me. And just really take your time, look at the cards, what do you feel, take notes. Oh, that's really important. Every single time you pull a card, try to take notes. Try to take, what they are, what do you feel, what do they say? And what I didn't understand, like sometimes tarot can be very like straightforward and give you an answer right then to whatever you're asking. Other times it kind of takes a minute, and I also learned that as well. Like it's not always instant, and there's even times where like I did a reading for myself and I don't think I can find the card in time, but I got the Ace of Wands. Yes. Spirit did this last time because I thought it was going to take me forever to find a card, but it didn't. So this is the Ace of Wands, and so if you look at it, it's like a hand coming out of a cloud, you know? So I automatically view that as something from your spirit guides, you know, some kind of message is coming through from God only knows where. And then the wand is like whatever you're passionate about. So it's like you could be getting some kind of insight on, you know, how to pursue your passions further, or how to, you know, or just a good ass idea, you know. So I think, and then I had like okay, so then I had a dream, and this woman also did a tarot reading for me, and she pulled out the Ace of Wands. The next day, you texted me and was like, hey, I have someone who wants to get some designs done by you. Because in my dream, the lady was like, you have some new opportunities coming in. And she pulled up the Ace of Wands, and then the Wands is like creativity as well. So like, it's crazy. Listen! Look. Spirit is... acting the fuck up, yes. All right. So this is tarot, like that, and this happened over a course of, I don't have my journal of what day this happened, and what I have to like figure out like the exact time, but this happened like a few days after, you know, I did the reading for myself. So it's just wild that it's like there's so many things that can be coming to you all at once as well. So like definitely, you know, pay attention to your dreams, because that's also a huge part of tarot. Like I've gotten many messages or cards show up in my dreams, and I'm like, okay, let me, you know, I know what it means, but also let me do a little bit more research, you know, just to see what else this card represents too. So I feel like that's tarot. It's like tarot. It's very simple in that aspect. I think, you know, it is a little stressful.
Yeah. I know, and you know, I feel like
it's bad, but
it's just a tool though that can help, you know, guide you on your spiritual journey. You know, it's like something I'm trying to cultivate more into my everyday practice, you know, to help me along. But that tarot though, man, that's where it's at.
Yeah, it's just one of those like divination tools. One that I like because I feel like I am a creative, so it's like images is always fun. And then like the ancient Cometians when they were reading, or ancient Egyptians when they were writing hieroglyphics, it was the image and what that represented, and then there was a story with it. So it's activating like both, you know, both sides of your brain, like the story and the image as well. So it's just like really like heightening everything that you're kind of feeling, like, you know, and spirit is like, let's what you want to know. Let's do it. It's just wild how like all of this kind of works. But there's other ways, like I know like in movies they show like a gypsy and she's in like a crystal ball, but that's another way to scrying. That's another way, because you can get images or something like that in the crystal ball. If anyone does get a crystal ball, remember to put a sheet over it, because you will start a fire. So because like if like sunlight hits it, you know, it's everything's going to blaze.
That happened last night actually. Instant caught fire from the mirror, and it was sitting on the table and stuff.
See, you gotta watch it. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think of other ones, like the cowrie shells. I might have one on me, but shells have been used, bones have been used. You know, there's so many different ways to divine. Tarot is just one of them, you know, and you could be interested in a lot, and you know, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's why,
I love it.
Another thing I'm adding under my belt, I'm trying to get into the Reiki as well. And,
yes.
You know, little root work as well. I've been already on, you know, doing a little bit of root work, but working with the roots and knowing the magical properties of them. You know what I'm saying? Not only the health benefits of them, but the magical properties of them. You know, and so that'll bring me into the herb of the day.
Yes.
The herb of the day, or the plant, you know, the niche of the day. So what we got?
I felt this earlier. I was like, It should be sunflower. Because the Sunday, also ruled by, or like Leo represents the sunflower. Cause Leos, they lead with their heart. You know, they are very, as much as they like don't want to admit it sometimes, they are very sensitive. You know, and sometimes they like to perform and stuff like that. And that's kind of just how they work with ego, and you know how they're viewed and how they're perceived. But it's interesting, like the sunflower, symbolically it's like the one plant that can like break under its own weight, you know. And so it's like the sunflower is going towards the heavens. It's like if you have too much ego, it's just like your foundation is pretty wobbly, because it's like I feel like I've had issues with the ego and just like doubting myself, or like, you know, thoughts that may have not even been my own, but just like, you know, oh, let's not do this. This might not work out. Oh, you know, so it's like breaking those like negative mindsets down, you know, like really like starting fresh, you know, because it's like when you finally take that time to understand your own worth, it's just like, where do you want to go? Exactly. What do you want to do?
Yeah, just go ahead, like shine a light on the path. So I don't need to walk it though. So, man, that's cool though. Okay.
And then we didn't even get into like what herbally, because I think you can have that as like a tea.
That's my fault, y'all. I usually got my books on me, you know, without my herb benefic, you know, my herb knowledge and breakdown. But we're gonna get it real quick. Just a sunflower, because you know it does have some health and magical benefits. But like, as far as the symbolic and astrological benefits, you know, and astrological look on it and symbolism of it.
Yeah, it's just one of those ways that like you mentioned earlier, politicians they know what astrology is. They know what magic is. And so I feel like now it's almost a situation where it's like, not only are we kind of at war on Earth, you know, like we're wearing these terrible ass masks, but please wear them. I do. I promise I do. Yeah. But, and then we have the politicians just not even, there's no soul. there's no soul in these damn, I don't know what's going on, but it's just like, what's, like,
everybody on Earth ain't human.
Oh my God. It's just like the decisions they make, I'm like, y'all really don't care about like human life at all. And it's just like really frustrating to see. But I also feel like spiritually, part of me feels like our ancestors are just like, it's so interesting. But I feel like this is like an uprising, not just physically on this earth, but spiritually as well. And it's like, I know our ancestors, you know, are fed the fuck up and, you know, watching, like trying to protect us from all this stuff that's going on. But sometimes, you know, it might be too late, or, you know, that person, if they do pass, you know, they have another objective, you know, that we can't even fathom, you know. But, man. It's just like, it's just so much healing, and I feel like they're connecting with us. We're going through this healing, so we know exactly how to kind of move forward and rebuild a better like society, better community, stronger, like, you know, all of the above. Just like,
shout out to my man, the third Robert, Miss Sunny's son. You know who you are. My bro, we was conversating and talking the other day, like just on the same mind state though. It's just like getting like-minded people together, you know what I'm saying, and doing what we got to do as a unit, or just getting ideas together and executing them from different kingdoms and queendoms or different locations or whatever. But it's like, I just feel like the times of the, you know, of the now, man, it's just, It's a lot happening, and like you said, it's a spiritual war. Like, we always get caught up in the physical, you know, but like if we don't understand like it's a spiritual war and psychological war, like the things that got us doing every day, getting us into the routine of certain things, you know what I'm saying, got us living a certain lifestyle, like it's all up here at times as well, you know, and all on dimensions and planes that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like simple things like F waves. You know what I'm saying? Just radiating always, lowering your vibrations, keeping you on a lower frequency. Magnets, keep a magnet